What's good YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh, you can call me JD, and in this video we are talking about the latest collab between Stussy and Nike. I will be reviewing the Stussy Nike Air Force 1 in the Fossil colorway. What up guys? So in this video I will be breaking down this shoe. We'll talk about the materials, the quality of the sneaker, how it compares with some previous Stussy and Nike collabs. We'll get into sizing, and just a heads up, these do not fit like other Air Force Ones. We'll also get into some resale predictions, and as always I will be giving you guys that on-feet look, so make sure you stick around until the end of the video. So the Air Force 1 Stussy. So I do have the Fossil colorway, and this colorway was exclusive to Stussy. There was another pair, the black version, which released at several retailers and also on the Nike sneakers app. This colorway was definitely the more limited of the two, and I want to give a major shout out to my man Hunter. Without you, man, I would have never been able to cop these, so major shout out to you. So Stussy and Nike, they do have quite a long history when it comes to collabs. Probably the most famous ever has been the Stussy Dunks. But this year, there seems to be a bit of a resurgence in the amount of collabs between Stussy and Nike. This is already the third collab so far this year. The first pair was this one. This was the Air Spiridon 2, and I recently just dropped my top 10 sneakers of the year, and in that video, I gave this sneaker an honorable mention. It definitely was one of my favorite drops of 2020. We also had the Air Kokinis drop in a white and black colorway, and now the third collab, the Air Force 1s, just based on resale value alone. It seems like out of all of the collabs so far this year, this Fossil colorway of the Air Force 1 seems to be the most coveted. So let's get into these sneakers, starting off with the material. So the entire upper of the shoe, it's done in this canvas material. It's basically the exact same material they used on the Spiridon 2s, and I'm gonna say the same thing I said in that review. This isn't really my favorite material. The reason for that is because it gets dirty quite easily, especially if it gets stained. It's quite difficult to remove stains from here. On my Spiridon 2, as you can see, it does look kind of dirty, and I do have a few stains on there. There were coffee stains, and I still quite haven't figured out how to get rid of these coffee stains. I tried using a Tide to Go pen. That didn't really work. If anyone out there can help me get rid of these coffee stains, let me know down in the comments. So unfortunately, these shoes are going to look dirty quite fast. Canvas is not the only material used. On the inner lining of the shoe, you have this very premium feeling, soft, buttery leather, also done in that same Fossil colorway. Probably my favorite part about the shoe though is the way that they did the swoosh as well as the back panel of the shoe. They stitched the swoosh into the shoe, and also the back panel, it's stitched in. I like the way the swoosh looks. It definitely adds a bit of, I think, a premium type of vibe to the shoe. This is not something you see on GR Air Force 1s. We also have the Stussy logo on the front of the shoe, which is also stitched into the toe area. And on the back of the shoe, you have this really dope Stussy emblem. The shoe only comes with one pair of laces. You get these white laces, or I guess you can even call them like sail laces. And I think they go really well with the Fossil colorway. I'm glad they didn't give us Fossil laces. I think the white contrasts really well. This shoe might just look like a beige Air Force 1 from afar, but when looking at it more closely, there's a lot of premium hits to it in my opinion. You got the leather, you have the swoosh that's stitched into it, and you have this really nice Stussy emblem on the back. We could argue that this Fossil / sail colorway is probably the color of 2020. We've seen it on the Stussys, we've seen it on the Off-White 4s. You can't go wrong with this colorway. This is the definition of clean. When it comes to sizing, so normally with Air Force 1s, I always go a half size down, and I'm talking about the regular leather Air Force 1s. For this pair as well, I went a half size down, and let me tell you, it does not fit like how I expected it to fit. I definitely suggest you should go true to size. If you guys have ever worn a pair of the Travis Air Force 1s, you probably know what I mean. On this pair as well, it is made out of canvas, and it does fit true to size, not half size down. So I do think it has something to do with the materials, so just something to keep in mind. Go true to size if you're thinking of copying these. Before before we get into resale, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. You know I'm dropping at least 3 videos a week. Lots more good content on the way, so make sure you guys subscribe and like this video if you found it useful. All right, so let's get into resale predictions. And once again, I'm gonna take it back to the Spiridon 2s. I think I dropped 2 resale videos earlier this year where I said that the Spiridon 2s would definitely be a sneaker that would be a good investment. And that was back when those shoes were selling for less than $300. And we can see those sneakers moved up to well over $400 in most sizes. And with this pair, and I'm talking specifically about the Fossil colorway, I also think that this is a good hold. Even though prices right now are quite high, in almost every size I am seeing more demand than supply, at least on StockX, which suggests to me that the prices are probably going to keep going up. So I would personally hold onto it until the springtime before letting these go if you are thinking about reselling them. For those of you who took an L on this colorway, unfortunately I don't have any good news for you. I don't think that the prices are going to come down. With the black colorway, it was a lot more widely available and resale prices are almost half as much as they are on the Fossil. And I actually don't think that those are very good holds. It doesn't seem like there's that much demand for those. So I would quick sell the black pair and hold on to the Fossil pair. So are these a cop or a drop? I think Stussy and Nike have been killing it in 2020. This is an ultra clean colorway of an Air Force One, some really nice quality as well. And I love that Stussy emblem at the back. Overall though, I still prefer the Spiridon 2s. I do like that contrast with the black. The Air Force Ones are just all over Fossil. So from afar, it pretty much kind of just looks like a beige Air Force One. So if I had to pick one or the other, I would probably stick with the Spiridon 2s. That being said though, just talking about these shoes without comparing it to the previous Stussys, these are absolutely fire. Clean colorway on a classic silhouette. For me, these are a cop. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think of the Stussy Air Force Ones and how do they compare with some of the earlier Stussy collabs we've seen so far in 2020? The on-feed portion of the video dropping right now. Thank you guys so much for hanging out once again and for supporting the channel. And until next time, peace.